prep follow-up. Yeah, things are still messy, but I just wanted to kind of check in because one or two things have changed this weekend. I have to build a step because stepping down off these patios is tough for me. But I just wanted to do something. He's eating my bells. Not all of them. I can't believe, as hot as it is, as late in the season as it is, that I have new flowers. Okay, new babies, new baby bells. Note to self, I have got to replace this hose. I used to have, well, I still have it. I don't know what kind of hose you guys use, but I bought one of these, and they expand when the water runs through them, and then they retract by themselves. They are super light, and anybody, let me get away from this air conditioner. Anybody with any, issues, I have some mobility issues and back issues and neck issues and all kinds of issues. And so anything that's heavy or super strenuous is hard for me. And so the hose, dragging that hose around, it's why it's always out looking ugly, is it's just so heavy. But anyway, yesterday I did that coleus, the bed. I was looking at the beds and all the droopy coleus, and I transplanted a ton of them over here, and they were all droopy. And I just wanted to show how, and I trimmed them back. You can really go to town when you're pruning coleus. And a lot of them, well, like that one, keep missing them. If you'll pinch the top off, first of all, you want to get the bud anyway, but it will branch nicely. And I've done that here and there, and I've been going through. Here's one that I did a while back, and what that does is it makes it branch instead. A lot of times they'll get leggy. If you'll be diligent about keeping those buds off, they'll stay really nice for longer. I've got a ton of them that I'll show you in a video soon that I've transplanted into pots because they were not grown from seed. I actually bought coleus. It was so funny because my mama, who I guess most of you know, recently passed away. She and I got my love of gardening from her. And she and I were at the doctor's office together one day and mentioned buying some coleus, and the other one said, I did too. Where did you shop? I did too. And we pulled up our shopping list. Neither of us had received them yet. And we bought all these really cool specialty coleus that you can't get easily. Some of them you can't get at all as seed. And so I have those that I have just transplanted into pots so I can overwinter them. Several, well, not these. These were not overwintered. These were all grown from seed. But we're out here for a reason, and it actually was not the coleus. Messy, still messy. Because, are you ready? Oh, by the way, if you saw the videos at the beginning of the year, you'll notice that the grass looks significantly different here in Georgia. Oh, you saw it. So now I have to tell you, I now have beds. Two beds. And I am so excited. They just got done today. And my intention is, let's see, get a view over that. And I'm just starting to fill them up. And my intention is to kind of just three-way bed that on either side, and then just one cross board there on either side. And I didn't do, nothing had a border, nothing had a boundary, there were no beds, there was no anything this year. Everything was just in mounds and just kind of contained, and I didn't really care. But it was harder. I'm just gonna say that it was harder, and I thought doing raised beds would be really expensive. It wasn't. It would have been for me at the beginning of the year though, because I had nothing. I had no compost. I had no mulch. I had literally nothing. I would have had to buy. I didn't have the hay bales, which I didn't pay very much for when I did get them, and they would have been fresh and I couldn't have used them anyway. But now, all year long, all season long, I've been making more and more and more compost, and I can't keep up completely. What I usually do, let's see, This is just mixed. You can see it's not completely broken down. This is still kind of mulchy, but it's very, very close to being broken down. With a thin layer of vermicompost, black cow, put the plants in, cover with this as mulch. It's gonna work really great. And the reason I know it will work great and not be a problem is because all of that is growing in exactly that kind of situation, and so is the arch. So I know it will work, and I'm not worried about nitrogen being robbed or anything like that, because my compost and my vermicompost is so incredibly rich that any little bit of breakdown is not going to be a problem. So anyway, I really just wanted to document how the coleus has perked up. And that tarp has been really helpful dragging things around. Because if it won't fit in the wagon, or I can't lift it to get it in the wagon, I can put it on the tarp and drag it. The only other thing I want to say, so I hold myself to it, is we're going to enclose this area. We're going to build a bed here because best sun in the yard, and make it 12 feet by, I don't know, 3 I think, and make it a double hoop for the wintertime for all my brassicas and things like that. So because it in super thick layer of mulch and compost and probably the remainder of my vermicompost, and then probably we may get our first frost in November. We may not, but we might. But a one layer hoop will probably suffice, and if not, we're going to build it to accommodate a 2-layer. But putting it right here because it's closest to the house, and nobody wants to run around the yard when it's freezing cold. Even if it's snowing or not, it's going to be cold. And also it gets the best sun, so it will keep it super warm. I've considered, I don't know, half a dozen things to do. Man, I'm really moving this thing around. I apologize. And you know what I forgot? To turn it this way. Did you guys just get dizzy? I don't have any idea what effect that's going to have on the video itself. It's probably now not right. But anyway, I've considered lots of different things to do with the red wigglers to have a really large bed over the winter. I think this is the answer. Use the raised bed with the protection of the 1-layer hoop house type thing. It'll be on a hinge. It'll have tons of organic matter. It will be warmer than anywhere else they could go. I think that they may actually even continue breeding over the wintertime if I do that. But I'm definitely going to put some in there. We'll see how it goes. And the vermicompost that I put in, I'm not going to sift it a lot, so some worms will go in there anyway, and a ton of cocoons will go in. So that'll be interesting just to see what happens. So for now, I'm going to check back in soon once I get the beds planted in. But for now, that's the Happy Heretic. Like it if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see what I'm up to on any given day.